Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are going to try to factorize algebraic expressions which is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the most common type of algebraic expressions that you usually factorize in your maths classes. Okay, so let's start with a simple example. Let's say we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So how do we factorize this? The first thing that we do in this type of question is break this middle term, okay? So how do we do that? Let's see. So let's copy that x squared over here plus, we have to break that 5 into two terms. We have our x over here plus 6. Now, how do we break that 5 into two numbers? First, you need to look at the symbol over here. If there is plus over here, you have to write plus over here as well. If there was minus, you would have to write minus over here. So you have to choose two numbers such that when you add them, it gives you 5. Now we know that 2 plus 3 is 5, 0 plus 5 is also 5, 1 plus 4 is also 5, right? So which one should we choose? The second thing that you need to remember is when you multiply those two numbers, they need to give you the product of the first and the last term, okay? So 1 times 6 is 6, right? So when you multiply the numbers, they should give you 6. And when you add those numbers, they should give you 5. And our second option satisfies both of those things. So when you add 2 and 3, it does give us 5. And when you multiply those two numbers, 2 times 3 is 6. So we are going to write 2 and 3 over here. That's how you break the middle term. This is very important. So I'm going to recap this again. First, you have to break this middle term into two terms. And when you are breaking that middle term, the symbol here should be the same symbol as over here. The next thing that you need to remember is when you add those two numbers, it should give you 5. Whereas when you multiply those two numbers, it should give you the product of the first and the last number, which is 6. After that, it's pretty simple. So let's solve this. So we have our x squared over here, plus we are going to remove that bracket. So 2 times x is 2x, plus 3 times x is 3x, plus 6. Now we are going to group them into two terms, and then we are going to take common. So we have equals to, we have to take common of these two terms. We can take x as common. So we have remaining x over here plus 2 is remaining there. Similarly, in this case, we can take 3 as our common, and we have x plus 3 times 2 is 6. After that, we can take x plus 2 as common. So we just write it here, and the remaining things in another bracket. So we have x and plus 3 remaining, and we write that in another bracket, and done. That's how we can factorize these type of algebraic expressions. Now let's do another one where there is minus over here. Let's say we have 3p squared minus 7p minus 6. How do we factorize this? So our first step is splitting this middle term, right? So we have 3p squared, and then we have our minus. We have to split this 7 into two numbers, right? We have our p over here, minus 6. And we have to look at this symbol over here, and we have to write that same symbol in the middle. Now we have to find two numbers. When we subtract them, they should give us 7. And when we multiply them, they should give us the product of the first and the last term, which is 3 times 6 is 18. And we know that those two numbers are 9 and 2, because 9 minus 2 is 7, and 9 times 2 is 18. Now we are going to open that bracket. So we have 3p squared minus 9 times p is 9p, minus minus becomes plus, so plus 2 times p is 2p, and we have our minus 6 over here. And then we group them into two terms and take common. So we can take 3p as common over here, and then we have remaining p minus 3, 3s are 9. And then similarly in our second case, we can take 2 as common, and we have remaining p minus 3. Now we can write that p minus 3 as our common, and then we have the remaining things 3p plus 2 in our another bracket, and done. So even if there is minus over here, the steps and the process are still the same. Now, sometimes there is a tricky question in your exams, okay? The question looks something like this. Let's say we have 2x plus y whole square plus 9 bracket x plus y plus 7. And you'll be asked to factorize this type of question. For these type of question, there is a simple trick. What you are going to do here is first you are going to assume this x plus y as a or any alphabet. So I'm going to assume let x plus y be a, or you could choose any other alphabet. It's your choice. Now this expression is going to look something like this. So we have 2a square plus 9a plus 7. Now this looks like our first question, right? And we are going to factorize this the same way we did our first question. So first, we have to write 2a square and we have to split this middle term, 9 into 2 terms. We have our a over here plus 7. We look at the symbol over here, which is plus. So we have to write plus here. So when we add these two numbers, it should give us 9. And when we multiply those two numbers, it should give us 2 times 7, which is 14, right? And we know 2 plus 7 is 9 and 2 times 7 is 14. Now we open up the bracket, so we have 2a square plus 2 times a is 2a plus 7 times a is 7a plus 7. And then we take common now. We have 2a as common and we have a remaining here plus there is nothing remaining, so we write 1 plus, again we take 7 as common and we have a remaining here plus 1. Now we are going to take a plus 1 as common, so we have our a plus 1 and our remaining things is 2a plus 7. Now it looks like we are done, but we are not, okay? So we have to replace those a's with x plus y because our original question was in terms of x plus y. So we have, instead of a, we have x plus y, and then we have our plus 1 over here. Again, here we have 2, right? Our a was x plus y, and then we have our plus 7. And finally, we have our x plus y plus 1. And we need to multiply this with our 2. So we are going to get 2x plus 2y plus 7. And done. We have factorized this question as well. Now, though it looks a little bit tricky, the process is still the same. The important thing is you need to remember to assume this x plus y as a or some other alphabet. So we are going to do this much for this video. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel for future maths videos. Thank you.